Brothers and sisters, we got to make a special guest appearance real quick before I get to work. Rick, Fallen Angel Assembly. Quick little pivot. Got some stuff going on with my other laptop. Got to buy another program so that way I can get this piece I want to get worked out. But what we're about to talk about today is just that. It's a it's a Rick that is. I'm not gonna blast this thing right here with all the articles. Some of them don't fit. I'm gonna inform you guys what you've been looking at. So y'all know I'm like an esoteric type of person. I see the physical base thing, but I see more than that because I believe in spectra, I believe in frequency, I believe in ultra, macro, micro vibrations, things that might not make sense to another person, make sense to me right when I see it. Because even though I live in the flesh and the flesh is base in a lot of ways, there's a lot of things that we experience as people that is not base. So, for example, over the last couple of weeks, I've been reading articles about China's economy, them really actually gearing up to possibly aggress Taiwan. Um, then also, I've been reading about quiet is kept. Uh, the Iranians are trying to find their way out of the sanctions that they're in right now, which is never going to happen. But their economy hurting. And another thing over there that's going on with Russia economy hurting, North Korea, all these places, all their money is messed up. But I want y'all to understand who did this. This is the assembly of the fallen ones, and I'm gonna break it down. So we have to go all the way back to when the Turk Mongoloids were still living in the mountains, worshiping their god, spelled this name, right? It should be in the chat when it gets there. That's the name of the god of the not just the Israelis. We have to go back and we have to get a little deep on it real quick. So these are, like I said, Turco-Mongoloids, Turkic Mongoloids, whatever, however you want to say it. They look, I mean, who do these dudes look like, man, back in the day with variants? They look like what's the little dude's name, man? They look like Keanu Reeves mixed with like Jackie Chan or something like that. Like it's a cut between that. They're, you know what I'm saying? These are not individuals who have, from what I understand historically, have not had any, very little, if any, contact with the Anglo individuals who are a totally separate bloodline. Common ancestry to a certain degree, but that's, once again, we're talking esoteric. And the assembly of the fallen angels, or the fallen angel assembly, we're looking at it now. So these nations exhibit a specific thing or a certain way. I'm starting to be able to pinpoint which of the fallen ones some of these nations may seed from. Now, I can't be all the way sure. I can't be all the way 100% positive, but let's just be presumptuous that a thing like Azazel, right? Maybe even Semyaza, right? I'll use both of them because one is the chief angel over all the other angels, and the other one is he brought warfare and weaponry to the earth. He taught people how to really actually use iron and stuff like that, how to mine for it and all these things. And what I'm trying to point out is the the so-called peoples, the nations that exhibit the the characteristics or the nature of the things that were explained in the book of Enoch, i.e., certain angels teaching the women how to cut roots, right on. The other ones teaching them the constellation of the stars, right? You follow what I'm saying? Things like that. So we cannot we cannot move past the idea that the naturally gifted doctors that the people are in India might seed from the fact that they seed from, right, some of them seed from, right, the individual who taught the people how to cut the roots. I'm just trying to give y'all the understanding. They even have their own gods that were like healers and stuff like that. I want y'all to get it. Follow my point. Follow my example. I'm not saying that the Russians are like Azazel, but if I had to say something like that, then I have to say that, it's because it's not the warlike nature, it's the level of sophistication they're willing to attempt to achieve, to even fail in to attempt to achieve, so that way they can have, true instruments of death. This is what Azazel brought to the earth. Um, what else? Iran. Even though it doesn't seem like it, it may seem like China's the big brother to all of these individuals, but they were where the Ilkhanate was based. Right on. That was where like they had most of the kingdoms and stuff like that. But this is why you still have dudes who look like they could be an Arab guy who's Chinese to this very day, because all the blood mixing, like I said, Mongoloid or Turkic Mongoloid. You know what I'm saying? Mongoloid Turk. However you want to visualize whatever the bloodline is, that's on you. I'm saying that the assembly, the fallen angel assembly, is starting to look more clear every day to me, where I'm like, damn. People are like, well, who's America? I'm like, they're an evil spirit. Uh, but if I had to pick a fallen angel, if Iran wasn't Semyaza, and not followed by like a Semyaza type of spirit, I could easily say, I mean, and there's no way of telling who fathered what and fathered who. Um, um, America has that kind of essence, but I'm of the school of thought that this is controlled by an ancient evil spirit that some people call Babylon, that other people consider the serpent, that is the name of Lilith. So I'm not from the school of thought that America is powered by the spirit of a particular fallen one, as opposed to it's powered by the spirit of one of the first people who never died, because it never indicates that the first woman with Adam ever ate of the tree. So whatever she done to herself, she transformed herself and became something different. Magic, transformation. There's a shape shifting. There's a word I'm looking for. I can't find it right now. However, um, that's neither here nor there anyway. The point is this: we are looking at the assembly of the fallen one's children, right? So of course, there's black people who are, or black looking people who are of the seed, or a byproduct of somebody who is of the seed. Whether whether it's spliced in through the mother or the father. I won't say it doesn't matter, but until you understand the complicated uh genetic politics of the man seed or the woman seed versus the serpent seed, i.e., being that a woman, a true woman, the genealogy is dependent upon the male hemozygote that is produced during copulation, whereas the serpent, just like all birds, all serpents, the hemozygote is passed through the mother, right on, or produced by the mother during copulation. So a reptile, in essence, chooses or their body will produce the offspring that is to come, not the male. The man's body doesn't determine whether or not it's going to be a boy or a girl. The woman's does in the serpent's case. So in the case of the woman versus the serpent, it all depends on who the woman weds and gets with. Just like the serpent. If a serpent breeds with a person and you have this hybrid thing, and then they choose to breed with serpents for so many lines, and you can even imagine a couple people still breeding, but how long until you just say it's just a serpent? Vice versa. If the hybrid chooses to commingle with people mainly, and serpents are able to find their way in every once in a while, but how long until you say this is just a person? So we're looking at different bloodlines of different fallen ones who all at different times had a way, way, way different purposes. Can you hear me? Like, this is why they're not on one accord all the way together now. Because, like I said, the Ilkhanate, the main headquarters was in what you would call China today. But the real power, right on, was in Iran. But the greatest force they probably had, the Golden Army, is in what you consider Russia. This is the deep. I'm trying to break it down. You guys can go look and read this stuff. You can go read it and come to your own understanding. Okay, you can give me your understanding when you get some understanding, but I'm telling you what I got, and I don't feel like reading a bunch of articles I've already read before. I'd rather just tell you right off rip what you're looking at. You are looking at the assembly of the fallen, right? They're like, what about the Brits and them? These guys already claim to be Anglos. They already claim to be the children of angels. There's no mystery there. You like listen, if they claim to be Anglo, not just Saxon too, because there's only so many branches on any tree. Can you hear what I'm getting at? For there to be a family tree, it only has so many branches at any given time. I don't care if it grows new branches. That new branch has to grow first and achieve its branchhood, if you will. But it's not there at first then. Okay, so a tree only has so many branches. That means I have to look at it from a pragmatic point of view. I can't be ignorant. I can't be foolish. I can't be naive. You get what I'm saying? I have to be honest with myself. And there's a lot of people who don't have the ability to be honest with self, because being honest with self means that you have to tell yourself the truth. Right. You can't just get out of it now. Right. So if I'm looking at children of Coco Bell what's the name of a few of these guys that were all the way messed up, other than Simyaza and Azazel. Oh my goodness. I don't want to mispronounce their names, and I just don't have the inclination to pick up the Book of Enoch just to see real quick. I'm gonna get a little inclination. Real quick, real quick. Here we go. Aha! I love when I have something saved right there. Simyazis, Artikiba, Ramiel, Kobiel, Kokabiel, Tamiel, Ramiel, Daniel, Ezekiel, Barakijal, Aseel, Amaros, Batarel, Anayel, Zakiel, Samsapil, Satarel, Turel, Jomajel, Soriel. I don't know who are their fathers. But I know, yes, indeed, if we ever wanted to know who their fathers were, I just named off 10 for sure, guaranteed. He is the father, okay? For sure, 10 of them, of these things that run around on the earth calling themselves people. Have you ever, listen, why do you think I push back on the word human so tough? I had to. I was the only person who realized I was using a word that's a word that they made up. And I forget what pressed me so hard in the spirit roughly 3 years ago, 4 years ago, to just go on this all out campaign. Like, I'm not using that word human like that anymore. I'm not. I don't call myself a human. I'm a man. I'm a person. I'm not going to use a word that's supposed to be it's a derivation. Listen, the word is a derivation of a language that they cannot speak, that they don't speak. Okay. Not only that, but it's an indication of a word that we already use that's already readily recognized by even those languages, which is per son. Right. So why would I call myself a person in another way when I'm already a person? That's all I ever need to be. I don't, once again, humankind is not a real word. That's a make believe word. Mankind is a real word. Humanity is a word they made up. It's a make believe concept. But see, once you've been inundated by the fallen angel assembly and they've forced it down your necks the way they have in this country and all over the earth, you have no choice but to believe it, or at least no choice but to accept. It must be true. I was listening to someone say, as the earth spins on its axis, and I laughed. And I said, for however smart this guy thinks he is, he's really not that intelligent. Everything I have is on a level playing field. They even call it a level playing field. If the earth was truly a bubble like they claim it is, it wouldn't be called a level playing field. It'd be called something else. Truly, truly. Guys read about the circle of the earth one time, was like, see, that means the earth is a circle. No, that's not what it said. The circle of the earth is the firmament, you jackasses who don't know anything. Listen, I know I've had to father a lot of these old ass niggas into maturity. Right on. I know they don't have to thank me for putting food on their tables. I did that. I gave them an inheritance that they never knew that they had. A purpose to be driven. And still to this day, I might not stand very tall, but baby, I stand tall. Oh yeah. Because I'm still here. And I'm lacing this the hot fire right now. People like, where are the facts? Go watch the old videos. Go watch the other rigs. This shit, my Rick videos age like fine wine. Every last one of them. People hate on the the Henny Chinny Rusi bye bye. It's okay. It's all right. They don't have to appreciate the greatness in the works. I know who I'm dealing with. Like I said, that Mongoloid Turk thing. Turk Mongoloid thing that worships the name of right there that you see that starts with the T. That's their real God. Yeah, they ain't gonna tell you that. See, something was super duper funny that I read the other day. There's a guy, there's a fighter, Shakvat Rakhmakov or something like that. He's a Russian dude. He looks Asian. I need y'all to look this dude up. I'm gonna find him right now. Matter of fact, while we here. Bloop. Fight card. See, this is how smart I am. I know the fight card he's gonna be on, so I'm just gonna pull up the whole fight card, and I know exactly. Okay, Shavkat Rachmanov. Right? I'm gonna. Whoa, 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 whoa! What the fuck is this? Okay, I'm gonna have to put that in. Shavkat Yeah, there we go. I want y'all to look this dude up. Okay? I want y'all to look this dude up when y'all get the time. See, this is why I got to get the fucking. This, it's all right when I get this next paycheck. I keep saying that, but I keep tying my money up. But I'm gonna do my best to untie my money right around the New Year, so that way I can do some stuff I need to do. Here we go though. Look this dude up, man, and I'm gonna paste him real quick. That's the cat. Now check this out, man. See, listen, they can't fuck with me. I'm too cold with it. They look like a cross between this dude and Hamzat Shemaev when they first came down from whatever. All right. Now he's from Kazakhstan, but he was born in Uzbekistan. Can you hear me? Right. So now you know what this guy said his favorite meat to eat is? Shavkat? Guess what he said his favorite meat to eat is, y'all? Horse meat. Now, I don't even think he has to be juicing. What if horse meat has some extra shit in it? Naturally. But also, the people that used to worship that god named T up there, yeah, that god whose name start with the T, they used to sacrifice horses to this god. And them people used to eat horse way back then. I need y'all to understand who you dealing with. Word? You don't believe this man said that? Look it up. I'm trying to lace y'all with the game so you can see what I see. I know who I'm looking at. Right. Him and Khabib don't look nothing alike. But have y'all ever heard of Dmitry Bivol? He's a Russian boxer. Him and Dmitry could be cousins. That's how I know that people don't understand what they're dealing with. And Dmitry Bivol don't look nothing like no Vlad Putin. But they claiming the same nationality. See, this is what happens when people don't understand what's like the actual Earth history, and you just take what they give you and you say, "Oh, well, this must be true." Look at it. Just look with your two eyes and tell me what do you see. You have people who look like Jackie Chan that live in Afghanistan, and only because these individuals invaded within the last 150 years, now you got individuals who look like Sir Wellington in Afghanistan, right? So but before Sir Wellington could get into these places, trust and believe there were almost none of them that looked like that over there. Very few. Right. This is why they all look a certain distinct way now. This is follow what I'm saying. There's a reason why certain Russians look more Anglo now because they blood mix so heavy, but they still look funny. They still have the little slanted mongoloid eyes. Right on. Yeah. And I ain't talking racist. I'm just talking about that's a phenotype distinction. Okay, they can say their eyes aren't slanted. They have a heavy angle. My father had eyes like that. Bunch of black people have small eyes or small looking eyes. Bunch of black people. My point being this: the guy right there said that horse meat, best meat on earth to him. Some people took that as he was juicing. I when I seen that, I seen a whole nother thing. I was like, man, I got to go live and do this. It's not about him, but it's about the fallen angel assembly. It's about knowing who we around. I got about 30 more minutes, 40 more minutes, and then I gotta, capiche, right? So look, we're at that point, y'all. We really are. Like it feels like a blessing to be here, not a curse. I feel truly blessed. Ah, I feel truly blessed to know all that I know. See, my daily bread doesn't come from begging the people for their daily bread. Ooh, not really shots fired. But because I'm on angel time, you see, I don't operate on demon time. I operate on angel time. You know what angel time is versus demon time? Angel time is the same way I would walk an old lady across the street, is the same way I would punch out somebody's whole grill set. It's the same energy. It's the same energy. See, that's the difference. But I'm not looking to hurt an old person, never. But I would punch a young nigga shit to smooth out. But the same way I would help his grandma, right? I would lump his head up. That's angel time. Right. Yeah. Demon time is I'm gonna knock the old lady out and knock him out. Yeah. See, angel time is like, I won't, if you get in the way of justice, I can't stop whatever because I've already initiated the action of justice. However, it's not indiscriminate like demon time. See, demon time means when I go and shoot somebody, right? I blast up the whole place. Yeah, blast the whole place up. Shoot and kill people that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. They ain't even his homies. They just bystanders. Angel time. Not only did I walk up and get up on you face to face, damn near, right on, but it's an isolated incident. So if anybody here wants to get a piece of that, it's because they chose that, not because I brought that to them. Right. We're right now. We are witnessing over there in the Middle East, not angel time or demon time, mm, fallen angel time. Yes. See, remember, Azazel brought warfare to the earth. It's only natural that his children, some of them, and the other children of the other fallen, of the chief 10, and those who are from the other 190, because it's 200 angels roughly together, who all come down. Did you hear me? It's more believable that the nations we see going at it are from the chief 10 angels that were named. Ah, interesting, huh? See, this is why I always ask people, how much is it that you truly understand? And people are like, what do you mean by when you say that? I'm like, they told you that the earth is a spherical object. Did they not? But they said that this was only accomplished and achieved after a man named Christopher Columbus, the Italian Jewish dude. And they said that he pushed back and said the earth indeed is not flat. And I can fucking prove it. Give me a ship, men, weapons, and provisions, and I'm gonna prove this shit. That's what they say. Hold on. I'm putting the meat spin on it. I gotta tell the story the way I heard it, the way I understood it. Not only did he not get to America first, nigga get to South America first, take some shit over down there, and then he sends people up north. Never ever sets foot on American soil himself. Raping all kind of native women down there, leaving all kind of bastard babies, just like a Spanish dude. Anyway, Italian Jew, excuse me. However, they tell us this, and they say that upon the completion of the conquest, that indeed the earth must be a fucking circle with no proof to nothing. They created a globe in the same year. See, this is the assembly of the fallen ones have been in front of us this whole time. I'm only 32. Y'all be 33 next month. I'm only getting better, baby. I won't get any worse, not for a long time. And I pray, I I pray that soon, very soon, the Most High God, so I can see him in the prime of an adult age male life. I want to see him before 50. I would love it. I would love to see. I would love to see the return of the one true only king. So that way he can straighten all this mess up. Because it's going to take a real life miracle. Because most people don't know that they're looking at the assembly of the fallen ones. They'll tell you, Meech, we come from amoebas that was in the water, nigga. Huh? You don't know about complicated proteins and how they can form into a microorganism? That's what you come from. You come from a monkey. Damn. These are the individuals we're dealing with. Australopithecus. Ain't that about a motherfucker? Let me tell y'all something. Anytime a person wants you to believe something so badly, I mean, so badly, that they'll murder over it, kill over it, take over nations over it, subvert nations over it, and bring all to naught. I don't have to. I don't have to get violent with nobody who don't believe what I say. Right on. Right. They told the natives how they were living was wrong. Murdered these individuals in their sleeps. Man, woman, child, woman, man. Dog, cat, gerbil, bear, wolf, cougar, Sasquatch, brujo, bruja. All these niggas can get it. And they got it. All right. We just gonna murder the damn bison. You just gonna kill him. Buffalo, whatever. We gonna kill him. We just gonna extinct their ass just about. All because so badly I want you to believe I'm this individual. This is manifest destiny. Is it not? I mean, these are all the things that they said. I want somebody to tell me when I fucking tripped. Because right now I'm talking so that way you can hear it. You have been witnessing the assembly, the fallen angel assembly, your entire life. And I can guarantee you, if you look hard enough in the book of Enoch, I guarantee you, if you look hard enough in the nation that you live in, because this is what I've been working on. I've been trying to figure out who is who without getting too carried away with all of it. Because I feel like I need to know. I don't need to know who the fathers are so much as where they are right now and what they intend to do. If I can just isolate the region that some of these angels are in and look at the nations that are there now, we can start to understand so-called nations, the individuals who inhabit the land, the inhabitants of the land. If I can just get a clue, it's over. It's over. I already told you guys. I believe they're trying to conjure up one of these old dead pharaohs anyway. Right on, clone them and bring them back, and have no idea how powerful it is, and find out the hard way that this nigga gonna rip open a portal or something. It's gonna be some wild dumb shit. It's not gonna be no regular stuff that they do that brings about the end. Everybody wants it to be nukes. They want it to be nukes so bad. I keep trying to tell y'all, like, they're on the verge of a nuclear fallout, but I say that with a grain of salt to say, like, man, the only nation to ever nuke somebody has been America. Ever. 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 People are like, what does that mean? If I'm looking at it properly, Azazel, even though he brought war into the earth, he himself, I can't affirm, ever killed a person. It's plausible, but there's also plausible deniability to that too. However, the idea that he was unwilling, possibly to use his own instruments of death on people, or just unwilling to use them in general and just showed people what they were, it speaks volumes, because that could mean that just tells me that America couldn't be Azazel, because you would use the greatest weapon of mass destruction we've seen on the earth yet today that we know about, this side of Moses. Right. So when it's like that, I'm like, yo, we have to start trying to figure out who is who. They all don't have the same weaknesses. They all don't have the same strengths. People are like, what are you talking about me? Just, if y'all really believe that God is going to save the chosen few, you guys have to believe other things and too. That means that you would inherently have to believe that the chosen few are people who are somewhere right now on this earth. Yeah, yeah. Could the chosen few really be people that are dissidents from an empire that was the largest empire that was on the face of the earth that people have known about this side of Moses, i.e., the Ottoman Empire? Right. People don't like to talk about that, but that's the truth. Right. And stop letting these lying ass niggas tell you that they robbed you of your religion and shit. Listen, your ancestors, before we were ever in that land called Africa, robbed us of our religion, because they robbed us of our natural ability to worship the Most High God in the Promised Land as His chosen people, as a holy nation among royal priests. Can I get an amen from somebody? However, because us who live now, who were alive back then, if you get what I'm saying, right? Because we're still here. This is why it hurts so much to hear it, because you know it's the truth. But for us that are here now, that were there then, understand. And I'm not talking about physically being there. I'm talking about spiritually being there. And we understand what took place. We understand what happened. The Most High God gave us an opportunity that we squandered, and we threw it back in his face. We spit on him as we did it. Told him, you can keep that. And now here we are now, a couple millennia later, looking extra foolish. Looking so foolish, we think we're from a land where the people sold us here in the first place. We think we're from a land where I can contend that some of those individuals truly are part of the assembly of the fallen angels. Yes, they are part of the fallen angel assembly. I don't want to give away too much from which nations, but I tell you this, they're coastally found. There's a couple in the center, but not really. They're coastally found. Yeah. That's where all the freak of natures come from. However, since we squandered that opportunity, squandered that ability, ruined it for ourselves, what do we get in return? We get to be here. And we get to see and hope to wonder if the Most High God will reveal unto us the knowledge, information, okay, the wisdom, the understanding, the perception, the vision to see what needs to be seen. And when we hear it, to comprehend it and to accept it, not to be rebellious, not to say, oh, this fool is just talking again. While I sip on this Mickey, it's not a real Mickey, it's a Bodhi Faza. But anyway, you get what I'm saying. While I sip on my Mickey, I'm saying this. We have been around our enemies for so long inundated with their ways of thinking for so long that when we finally actually see the things that they're doing that are truly wickedly evil, we won't even call them out because we can't even see that some of it is truly wickedly evil. Let that be the case, people. Let that be the case. Let me say something to y'all. At my job, I'm the only black person, right? When I say the only nigga. There's a dude that's mixed there and another guy that's like a quarter breed, but I'm the only tried and true nigga. And I take a lot of satisfaction in that because for how racist everybody acts like they're not, I only ever hear them talking sideways to me. And I just be laughing. Cause like I had to like tell these dudes, like, like, yeah, man, like, yeah, I had to punch this dude's teeth out. I wasn't even trying to punch his teeth out. And I know they all be thinking like, I just won't let him hit me. And it's like, I'm sure that dude didn't think he was gonna get hit either. Right on? Like, I'm not showing it since Pops has died, the mercy is gone. Like the only mercy you're gonna get is you if I'm in a good mood, right on, you might be able to walk away from this. If I'm in a bad mood, I'm trying to finish it. No shit. No shit. Trying to finish it. Finish him. Just like that. Shang Tsung style, nigga. And I ain't talking no shit. If you don't feel like that right now, with how crazy everything is going on in this earth, there's something wrong with you. I'm not asking for people to agree that they're in the assembly, that they're in the fallen angel assembly. I'm asking for people to, do you understand what I am saying? That individuals who cannot prove their genetic footprint on this earth, who more than likely seed from something otherworldly, yeah, that we're looking at the children of those that were the otherworldly ones, who so badly want to be like who? That's right. That's right. I wanna be like Mike. Right. Yeah, they want to be like Mike, right? Come on, man. But they never will be. I'm having a ball right now, y'all. A player's ball on their dime. Well, here's why it's their dime. I didn't go out of my way to construct this evil spirit called the internet. No one can tell you how it actually works. They cannot tell you. That's what makes it a spirit. Hmm. They say algorithm, this algorithm. They're downloading the information into this thing. Where's it actually going? Like, can you actually turn the internet off? At this point, I don't know. Like the destruction it would take to get rid of the internet is globally catastrophic. So I use it against them the best way that I know how. I'm not afraid of being shadow banned or YouTube not allowing the algorithm to produce the video so that way people can just see, because people would love to hear us. It's a much different point of view. It's refreshing to hear somebody who's totally different. And I can root my ideas into what you call science. But science is a faith, it's a religion. It's a religion called pantheism. I expressed this stuff years ago. Let me show y'all some science real quick. Again, almost like I lived to get, almost like I lived a whole nother life, right? I know, huh? Look at my guy, man. That ain't me though. That's a, that's granddaddy. But you looking at a science project, the most organic one that there can be. I'll get a picture of my father one of these days when he was younger, when he was like my age. We look exactly the same. Only my father was like super duper light skin, like yellow, like for real yellow. So that's the thing. Right. Y'all play this game with yourself and pretend that something isn't what it is. And that's why we're in this position that we're in now. You keep calling people that aren't really people, people. And they've been telling you this whole time that you're not a person, that you don't have a soul, that you're the missing link to the ape family. What is it? What's the compromise again? The three-fifths compromise? You're 60% of a person? I mean, come on, man. And the same individuals with blonde hair and blue eyes got individuals with brown hair and brown eyes to believe the same bullshit. And they all come from a certain gene stock, genus group, every last one of them. So I always think it's weird that, you know, somebody can eat horse meat, right? Or say something weird like that and come from the actual background of a specific group of people. And nobody looks at that and says, hey, man, that's kind of suspicious. And I have to go round robin just to make a point so that way people can see, like, I'm not just hating on any one individual, and it might not be true for every single person of that genus. But let's just use Shavkat Rachmanov one more time for an example. The man cannot be the only person where he's from to eat horse meat. He can't be. It's impossible. And I guarantee you, he's heard of Tingri before. I'll put a lot of money on that. Put a bunch of money on that. The Jews know who that God is. They know that that's the God they used to worship. Before they became converts, which they willfully admit, before they became converts, okay? That's who they worshiped. Right there. And people can't understand that. But before I get off here in the next couple of minutes, I just got to say this. It's a shame that people can't see the fallen angel assembly for what it is, as opposed to them thinking that these guys are all a whole bunch of warring nations who, no, 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 hold back on that. These are individuals who seed from individuals who are not to be trusted. This is who they are. They know that. They don't want you to know that. Because if you knew that, you would act on that. Wow. See what I'm saying? So how difficult can it be? How hard can it be if that's all you have to do is lie? Tell me one time in the last 200 years, 300 years, hell, I'll give you a whole 400 years. Tell me the last time you knew about black people going on, Afro people, the people who were brought here. Tell me the last time you know about them going on a campaign to take away somebody's peoplehood. Fuck the dehumanize, to take away their peoplehood. You're not even a person. When's the last time we did that? Created faux sciences like eugenics. Huh? When's the last time we did that? When's the last time we tried to explain the conditions of what we had because it was based on racial supremacy or racial inferiority? When? When did we say, hey, eugenics, the reason why, right? When did we ever come up with our own version of eugenics? Never. Never. We never did that. But yet, the individuals I'm talking about, from the Chinese to the Iranians to the Russians to the straight up pure Anglos and everybody else in between and outside of them who are not us, have tried to take away from us and make us seem like we're lesser than. But then when I bring up things like from an intellectual standpoint, like, okay, if black people are so stupid and slaves are so stupid, why did they have to have a patent act in 1790 just to prevent slaves from making their own patents? It stopped them from having any ownership over intellectual property, couldn't patent anything, couldn't have anything they could have nothing. So these niggas are so stupid. But in 1790, they knew to do that. See what I'm saying? It's bullshit like that. It's complete, utter foolery. However, because we live in a system where We live in a society uh, 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 that's been set up to where as long as you kiss the ass, right, you'll be okay. Prime example. It's okay for these guys to get on here and beg and beg and beg in their own little slick ass ways because they're acting just like white folks. When white folks go around and collect money so that I can, I have to pay my campaign staffers and blah, 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 blah. I need money, blah, 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 blah. Right? What's popping with you, fam? When they say all that, people they just give up the money. So when we have a situation where I'm like, damn, are you guys really serious right now? You know, are they really serious? Are they damn, they're serious. Bro, I've never seen black people ever campaign against anybody's anything. Never. I mean, I've never seen it. I can't stand the Nation of Islam. Y'all niggas know how. Everybody know how I feel about the Nation of Islam. Everybody know how I feel about Minister Decepticon, Count Dracula, the real Count himself. These dudes was foolish enough to let the KKK come to some of their rallies, some of their meetings. But I can't think of a time where they tried to. You can say what you want to out of your lips, but when you take physical action to promote something, to propagate it, to instigate it, to institute it, okay, it's a whole nother situation now. And we have yet as a people to look at it and say, man, look, them dudes over there in the Middle East, them dudes over there in Central Asia, them guys over there in the Eastern Bloc of Europe, and some of the ones who were closer to them, who were still considered Europe, but they're more to the west. All these dudes all come from a certain genus group. That genus group is the Fallen Angel Assembly, and they are the children of these individuals. This is why they could never know peace. Never. They could never know what peace is. Ever. Basic understanding. You have people who look like us in places like Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan, right? You have people who look like us, right? In places like, Uzbekistan, right? Kazakhstan, right? If you're ever wondering how these guys be getting curly hair and they just hide the black people over there. They don't want you to see them, right on? They don't want you to see them, but they exist. We exist over there too. The thing is that we're not warmongers like that. You see what I'm saying? This is why the children of Israel failed in the first place. The Most High God was trying to breed out of them the sheep, so to speak. Sheep is not like a bull. Right on? A sheep is not like a bull. And just in case people think I'm tripping, they'll try to tell you that a ram is a male sheep. That's not true. A ram is a crossbreed animal. Typically happens when large horn goats and large horn sheep get together. Sometimes it's the smaller curly horn goats, right on, and a sheep. But still, yeah, it's typically a cross. They're not purely sheep. Um, the reason why I say that is because the people who went to take over the land at first were sheepish. No disrespect to our ancestors, none. I love them, but because they didn't have the heart to do what needed to be done, they're too peaceable. Right? Ain't that something? That we're too peaceable. Because if we were not peaceable like we are now, we would just turn the whole earth upside down. I don't even think people even understand what the fuck I just said. Let me repeat myself. If black people were not peaceable, and every white pigskin motherfucker on this earth knows it. If niggas just got up tomorrow and was like, cause we tearing this whole bitch up, the whole earth, we about to just rip this whole motherfucker off the foundation type of shit. Their worst nightmare would have come true. This is why they war and fight with one another, to keep us like timidly back, like, they already doing some dumb shit. We better just hold off. But if they really press the line on us the way that they're trying to, the way that they keep on at it, it's not going to be long. It's not going to be long before the spirit of the Most High God possess these people, take them over. Right on. And we all ain't going to make it, but that's okay. Because the ones who make it, man, they're going to live for the rest of us anyway. So I'm not even a selfish dude. It's like, I don't have to make it. Nobody, I already, you know my mindset. Nobody's making out of this thing alive. So I don't have that delusional aspect in my brain. I want God to let me live, but I'm like, nigga, I'm ready to lay it down for him. And I ain't talking crazy to go do no dumb shit tomorrow. I'm saying, like, if we were to just galvanize ourselves, mobilize the actual tribes, that's it. That's it. It's done. It's done. All this shit that they do, it's done. We wouldn't even let them get to nuclear weapons. They wouldn't even have a chance to do it. And they know that. So I always be like, I'm calling your bluff. Blow this bitch up then. If y'all niggas really about that fucking life, do it. Fucking don't tease me. Don't tease me. Don't tease the rest of us. Don't quit fucking around with it. Either do it or shut the fuck up. That's where I'm at with it. It pissed me off with that. Scaring people half to death with what I really believe is fake news. Because I have yet to hear them talk about a massive EMP attack that is way more likely to happen. You got all these Russians, all these Chinese, all these Hispanic dudes here. Check this out. Before I get away, I got to tell y'all this. I read an article that blew my whole fucking mind. So there's these immigrants from Chile who are part of this organized crime ring, and I want to say it's over there in Michigan, right? It's in a suburb of Michigan. I can't think of the suburb right now. These dudes are using tracking jammer devices, jamming tracker devices to block out people's security signal. So they can't even, the security system won't even work. Listen to what I'm saying. This shit is deep. And I'm like, they're trying this shit out in the suburbs, y'all. They're not doing this on rinky dink little ass, you got ADT or whatever. You pay $400 a month or $300 a month to ADT, whatever you pay these dudes, right? No. This is state of the art shit. Right. What do you think these dudes are really training the planet to do? Huh? What do you think all that practice is for? Why do you think they're using the Chileans to do it? They're not Chinese. They're not Russian. They're not Mexican. Right. Somewhere all the way from Chile. Yeah. They're talking about there's groups of these dudes. Groups of them. I cannot stress to y'all what's really about to happen one of these days when it does. Right now, we can't go toe to toe with all these things because there's 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 too many of them versus us right here, right now. They don't have a distraction. Couldn't have said it in better words myself, brother. They're about to do something just like that. Everybody talking about, oh, I'm prepared. I got all this ammo. I got all this food. Trying to save yourself, you're gonna get killed. I did not say when they persecute you in one city, flee ye to another. That's not what I didn't say. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That that's where we at, bro. That's where we at. They can hate me all they want. They can say I ain't shit all they want. I know one thing for a fact, a true fact. For the ones who didn't worship that guy up there who start with the T, the other ones used to worship this guy, and some of them used to worship this guy. I'm not going to revile the gods because the scripture says not to do that. Right on. I used to go in on them, but now I'm a chill because I accept that earthly women were so beautiful that something that was meant to live forever sacrificed their immortality. What do you think those movies be about when they're like, I sacrificed my immortality for you? Yeah. Yeah. Yes. That's what that's talking about. But see, it's hard to get earthly women that are that fine this day in age. Because I'd have to go, to the western side of Africa, the eastern side. I had to go into the hood, into the dirty south, and just get the finest of the finest of the finest sisters. They ain't even got to be top or bottom heavy. They just got to be beautiful right here. So I can just express to people, right on, this is what the angels were seeing, but even greater. They were seeing, so what you seeing now, the most beautiful woman you can find right now on the earth does not compare to the beauty that those angels lusted over. Hard for people to believe that. Hard for people to even imagine that. They just have purely perfect skin. This everything is perfect, bro. Fine. Right. If you wanted to argue, the angels were the real first thirsty ass niggas. Neither here nor there. And I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying, y'all did what you did, live with it. Now, the children of these things, they don't want to hear anything like that. These guys don't want to hear the reason why you never produce soul music is because you do not have a real soul. You said we were deficient and devoid of having a soul. Yet, when we look at the truth of it, the real heart of the matter, you don't have a soul, motherfucker. Because ain't nothing soulful about them. They call it soul food. Right. Now everybody want to have their own, oh, it's Korean soul food. Now, when did y'all ever have soul food? Y'all got so much soul, you won't even go up north and feed your Korean brothers in the north. You ain't got no motherfucking soul, nigga. That could never be black people. There is not a nation on this earth where it's us who are in charge and we are totally hateful towards one another. It don't exist. It don't exist. Do we do some sideways shit? Yeah, we do some sideways shit. We do. We just can't help ourselves. Because even some of us have some of that fallen angel assembly coursing through these veins. I'll be the first to throw my hands up there. I know it. I know it. But I don't deny it. And because I don't deny it, I'm not defiant in what it is I have to accept, learn to live with, and make it a weapon. Yeah. Any man that will tell you he has no fallen angel blood coursing through his veins is a damn lie. Every last one of us do. This is why we have to be redeemed and made whole and made proper and righteous again. No, you guys don't want to hear that kind of. I mean, I know Leonard Yuta is not stupid. He knows. He's a genius. He knows. We all know Shaul was half Philistine or part Philistine, some shit like that. So he got to be some kind of freak of nature. Or do you know what I'm talking about? That's why he was so tall. But he got to have that kind of bloodline going through him. It's the same thing with all of us. Right. People forget David's grandmother or great grandmother is Ruth, who's a Moabite. People forget that. Right. Both those individuals in the book of Enoch are considered rams, not sheep. It's okay to be a ram. We still a four-legged quadruped that's clean to eat, baby. Okay, I'm still good to go. I ain't no swine. Shit. And that's what I need the people to understand. It's okay. They're like, Meech, what assembly do we stand in? I couldn't tell you. But I can tell you this much. The spirit of the man, the soul of the man that was given to us is so powerful within us that that's how we're able to fight against the fleshly desires. And this is why they can't fight their desires. That's why they do whatever they want to do. Because they don't have that spirit, that soul governor, that constitution to stand up against what is trying to overrule them. I didn't say it. The Most High God said that his spirit on this earth is an evil spirit. Right. The spirit that was within the giants, that is his spirit indeed, on this earth is an evil spirit. They get mad at me for pointing this kind of stuff out. But Meech got to say it so that way we all know it. So that way, whenever you're going through whatever you're going through, whether it's lust or temptation, bouts of violent anger, right on, um, 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 coveting anything that's not yours. It don't got to be your neighbor's wife. Just anything that's not yours and being like, I want that. Not that you want. That's some weak shit. Not that because you don't want your own. You want that one. Ain't that about a motherfucker? Whew. See, I had to get loose today. I'm in rare form, everybody, but I'm in rare form only because I love y'all. I don't know nobody. They say smoking piff make me stupid. I guess I'm as dumb as I ever been. They say piff and make me stupid. I guess I'm as dumb as I ever been. Let me repeat myself. That's it. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm in rare form, brother. I'm about to tear their asses up. This next, I just so I can tell you now. Way earlier in my video, I haven't been able to get it popping from my laptop, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So on this laptop right here, my other joint, I got the OBS on it, but the OBS has been acting real funny. Some of the recording quality has been real funny. Like I be trying to record certain stuff, and it's like I got the real funny echo on it. Like I could put up with certain, deficiencies, but I can't put out a piece of work that I know back in the day I never had those issues with. So I'm not trying to. I'm waiting for this next check, and then I got to see how much it's going to cost me to get this Windows Live Movie Maker put on it. It's probably going to cost me a couple hundred. So I need to get the Windows Live Movie Maker, and then that way I can start putting out like the old videos I used to do where I used to like follow them up with the pictures where it'd be like, you know, and God on the third day, right? And then they got the pictures of the moon and all that kind of stuff. Like I'm trying to get back into that. So I gotta spend some bread so I can do it right. But a quick overview and review of what just happened. First and foremost, the fallen angel assembly is that of the 10 chief angels. We'll read it again real quick. These are the 10 chief angels. I'm contending that all the nations that we see, every last one of them, come from at least one of these 10 angels, if not the other 190 that all came down from heaven. And these are the names of their leaders. Semyaza, their leader. Arakiba, Ramiel, Kokabiel, Tamiel, Ramiel, Daniel, Ezekiel, Barakijal, Azael, Armaros, Batariel, Aniel, Zakiel, Samsapil, Satarel, Ezekiel. Oh, that's right. Barakijal, Adaziel, Aramos, Bataral, Aniel, there we go. Zakiel, Samsapil, Satarel, Turel, Jomajal, Sariel. Woo! These guys got some names for you. They got some names for that ass. Okay. I'm contending of those 10 names, or those names right there, the angels, might be more than 10. Those names are the main dudes of all the nations you see doing all this crazy shit. Their children are still on this earth right now to this day. Yes. See, you cannot tell a man with good sense that every dog is the same, but every dog doesn't look alike. So clearly they're not the fucking same. You could say they're the same genus, but they're not the same exact species. Or same species, but not the same genus. Something's different. Something has to be different. Because a Chihuahua does not look like a Rottweiler. Right. A Husky does not look like a Doberman. It does not look like a Doberman. It does not. Can you hear what I'm saying? Like, they cannot confuse me or make me think something that is not real. So if you're telling me right now that we're all people, but we all don't look alike, but yet you're trying to say that we all have a one common ancestor in this dude Adam, but yet I don't see the common ancestry in all people. It would be different if everybody grew some kind of facial hair, but there's some people who are devoid of it completely. I'm supposed to ignore that when I read the laws of Moses and it says, do not shave the corners of your beard? You got to have corners on you got to have a beard to shave for that to apply to. If that doesn't apply to you, they're not talking to you. I swear to God. So you have all these individuals running around, right? It's like over there. So they called herself white. But Moses tells us in the laws of Moses that he tells us in the laws that God gave to him that a white spot on the skin was a sign of uncleanness. Cannot have it both ways. It's impossible. Something's got to give, my people. So either he's lying, either Moses told a big fat fibber, or, and I'm only speculating, or these individuals don't know what the hell they're talking about that much. Whichever one. Whichever one comes first. As I get ready to roll out, I say this to y'all. I work with a guy, and he's a funny guy. And he said to me, he says he has a sibling. He said, out of all of our siblings, he said he's the only one with the red hair. So we used to tell him, like, yeah, bro, your dad will be by on Monday when he drops off the mail, implying that his father was the mailman. Like, can you hear me? There were children and did this to him. Like, little children understand, dude, we must have a different father. Little children with their two eyes, if they see something way different, they're like, no, bro, we're not the same. Okay. So how you gonna tell a grown man with two eyes who's forced? I pay my fiduciary obligations because I don't want to be indigent, but I'm forced to pay the rent and bills. I'm for everything, but I capitulate to these things. Because we capitulate to what they forced on us, they want us to capitulate to the other things that they're saying. Well, you agree that paying rent is right? No, I don't agree. I just pay it because I don't want to live on the streets. Right. See what I'm saying? I just understand what you guys are up to. How can a person get rich living like this? Nobody charged you to live on the land back in the day. If you could hold the land, it was yours. Because you're going to have to fight against everything: wizards, warlocks, witches, okay, ogres, giants, freaks of natures, werewolves, vampires, all of it. Everything's coming your way. Plus the wild beasts of the land. Plus those in your own household. You know what you're looking at. You're looking at a brother who's been fighting the fight for a long time now. And even though they won't give me what it is that they know that I rate, Like I keep saying, what they won't give willfully, we will take forcefully. My brothers and my sisters, I salute you. I salute you again. And I salute you once more. Remember that when you were in the presence of your enemies, you were in the presence of the fallen angel assembly, and their wickedness has no bounds.